Hello, I'm Della and I love cross stitch. And today I'm going to show you some pillow designs in the cross stitch magazines that I have. But before I get started, I'm going to show you something I recently received in the mail from 123 Stitch. It came really fast. It came faster than I expected. It's fabric. It is a half yard of 28 count. Lichen is the color. Casual linen from Zweigart. Take it out of the bag. I've noticed a lot of people have their fabric serged, and I was jealous because I don't know how to serge. I have tried to figure it out and failed, given up entirely on that. So, half yard, it turns out, is really big. Too big to show in the camera. But so when I stitch my design on it, it's going to go this way. I don't need the entire half yard of fabric for the design. But I hate to give up that serged edge that's all ready to go for my for stitching my project. But I will give up about 9 inches of it. I just need it to be 23 inches by 27 inches, and it's 27 inches by 36 inches. So it's really a very sort of muted green. This shirt is green. This is a little darker than this shirt. The pattern had called for like a kind of gray blue color, and I'm using this instead. But I think it will work for a cross stitch from a British magazine of a woman, girl on a unicorn, riding a unicorn in the forest. So it has a lot of beautiful trees and things. And the girl's kind of right in the middle, so I'll start out stitching her dress. I start stitching in the middle. And sometimes I do put a project on a frame. So I haven't decided because it is a large project and that much fabric could be a hassle, but a frame can be a hassle too. So we'll see. I might start out stitching it in the middle and in hand. Sorry, stitching it in hand. I will start out stitching in the middle whether I do it on a frame or not. But start out stitching in hand. And then if I feel like that's too cumbersome, then I'll put it on a frame. But we'll move right along to all of the pillow designs. There's quite a few, so I had to leave quite a few out, actually, even though I'm showing you a mountain of them. These are just the ones from my cross-stitch magazines. Obviously, there's all kinds of pillow designs in books and pamphlets, or that you might find online. And there's also a lot of designs that you could turn into a pillow that are not specifically designed to be a pillow design. So I'm going to start off with my favorite one. When I chose a cross-stitch design to do recently, I had narrowed it down to a couple of designs, and the one that I chose not to do was this pillow design. And when I looked back through all of these different pillow designs, it turns out this is still my favorite. I really, really love this pattern. The braid that they've put around, or cord they put around the edge, is also really pretty. Just Cross Stitch magazine has often has pillow designs that they feature in their magazine. So most of these will be coming from Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is in Just Cross Stitch magazine. There are some other magazines that I've pulled some pillow designs from. This one is, and I'm not currently, I don't have any recent issues of Just Cross Stitch, so these are all older issues. This one is, well, here's the cover. It's this issue. And that is October, I have to peel this back a little bit, 2000, sorry, 7, October 2007. And this is, I believe, I know the designer, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, Marie Barber designed that pillow. And I'm not going to go into any of the details about it because I have too many to go through. So I've tried making this video before and had to start over, ran out of space on my computer. But this is the first cross stitch magazine I bought, and I bought it for this pillow design. Really very pretty pillow design. It has beading on it, and I already have everything I need to make it. I've had it for several years, had the magazine for like 25 years, and I've had everything I needed to make it for more than, I don't know, 10 years, something around there, and just haven't made it yet. But I am excited to start that at some point. That was a Teresa Winsler design. And also, sorry, Just Cross Stitch Magazine. This is from 1999, February 1999. So 24 years that I've had that. Okay, this is another beautiful design. There's lovely white beads on this design. You only need a few floss colors. It's really pretty. This is actually from a magazine called Cross Stitch and Needlework. And this is January 2010. They don't print this anymore. The designer is Judy Whitman. That would be a really pretty pillow to put out at Christmas time. When I was going through my designs to pick out which one I was going to stitch, I started a sampler instead of the pillow design that I showed you first. But this was the one that I was going to stitch at first because I fell in love with it so much. I ended up not choosing it, but you can see it's just beautiful. So this is a Donna Vermillion Giampa design in Just Cross Stitch Magazine from December 1999. This is an issue that I went and bought after the fact, like at a thrift store or garage sale. I'm not sure where I found it. But. So this is a heart. Now this is a little ornament you can make, but this is the pillow design here. And just one color. Now this one's done red on white, but obviously you can do anything you want. It's really very pretty. This is from a company called Bleu de Chine. So the French designer for that is Joël Junmaitre. It's easier if I show you because it's a French name. Right there. So anyhow, I love, they do so many different patterns in the shape of a heart. They're really lovely. That one's called Austrian One from Just Cross Stitch Magazine. Easy to know that you've got the right one from the cover, and that is from January, February 2010. Here's another beautiful design. I think this is Marie Barber again. So a big part of what makes that so pretty is the fabric that it's stitched on. The design is beautiful no matter what fabric you put it on, but that particular fabric is really pretty, and it's called Copper Linen from Lakeside Linens and Designs, and that one was 28 count. It was put in a rectangular pillow, but really could have been done as a square pillow, I think. You know, they just chose to put it in a different shape. Love the way that they finish off the pillows in these Just Cross Stitch magazines. September, October 2009. I'm just making sure I give you the name of the designer correctly. Yeah, that was Marie Barber. Okay, and I think I have more than one design in some of these magazines to show you that I might forget. So sorry that you're missing out on some really lovely designs. I just didn't take the time to mark them all with Post-its. So there's so many. You'll still have gotten your fill. This one's called Alphabet Pillow. So it's really a simple design that has a really elegant feel to it. And you could design your own pillow on this order if you wanted, just kind of going off of this idea. I love it. One color thread is all that they've used here. The fabric was sand 36 count Edinburgh linen by Zweigart, and there I go, getting distracted by the details. And I really won't be able to do it all if I take time to do that. This is from a magazine called The Cross Stitcher. This issue is from, sorry, it's a little harder to see, April 2007. And the designer on that was Margaret Cole. And again, really pretty trim that they've used on that to make it kind of a fancy pillow. Here's another design from this magazine. For this, I loved the saying as much as the design. There's a certain simplicity to this pillow that I really like. May your pockets be heavy and your heart be light. May good luck pursue you each morning and night. This has a really nice impact, I think. So, did I tell you the designer on that? I don't think I did. Lois Winston from the same issue of the magazine. This is such an elegant pattern. Called Eden. This is from Just Cross Stitch magazine. You'll know you have the right issue when you see the cover. This is January, February 2011. And the designer for this is Beth Russell, kind of based on William Morris and Henry Durrell. That was the style of design she was going off of. I'm pretty sure there's another pillow in this issue. I seem to recall certain patterns having another pillow in. Yep, in the magazine. This one was hard because they were both so beautiful. Which one do I show first? I think this is a Donna Vermillion Giampa design. And this has like a Krynic metallic filament that you put in there that kind of makes the snow glisten in certain parts of the design. So there's some things that don't always, you can't always tell through a magazine, that things that you would be able to tell if you were holding the pillow. But it's really kind of fabulous from the fabric that she picked to everything. Anyway. Love Just Cross Stitch just for the pillow designs that they frequently have in it. They have so many other good things, but they really do a marvelous job that way. This is Avalon Pillow 2. So this is where you stitch something and then kind of sew it onto a pillow. This is from a magazine called Stitcher's World. So there are some stitches in here that aren't cross stitch. They mention long stitch, raised stitch, and something called upright cross stitch. That's the cover of the magazine, another magazine that's no longer in print. Um, and that is from September 2004. Those are really cool pillows. There are some other pillows that I didn't even consider showing you that were just spectacular, that were like needlepoint pillows or embroidery pillows. I'm not showing you any of the pillows that had like a certain special purpose, like the Tooth Fairy pillows and the little pillows that you use as decorator pillows. Like none of those are what I'm showing you. Just kind of a standard sort of pillow. Isn't this beautiful? Another Donna Vermillion Giampa pillow. You're gonna be able to recognize her designs just when you see them before you even know that they're her designs before long. She has a certain style to them that kind of recognizable. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful pillow. I don't know how I ever picked a design before with all these lovely choices. They're really pretty. That was, by the way, Just Cross Stitch magazine. That's the cover. And that was September, October 2010. So you don't actually see the design I'm wanting to show you here, but it's one of the designs included in this album quilt that Just Cross Stitch featured in their magazine one year. And you can see that they could also make pillows from those designs, and they're kind of a elegant, fancy look. So this is the design in this issue of the magazine, though of course all of these would make great pillows. But this was a feature that they did in different issues of the magazine that year. So you'd have to acquire the others if you wanted to make, you could make the quilt or you could just make the pillows that they use in the quilt design if you prefer pillows. Or there's a lot of you overachievers out there. You could do all of it. I would be impressed and want to come sleep in your lovely, under your lovely quilt. um, that would be really awesome. There's some beautiful, beautiful designs here. So this is the cornucopia. I'll just let you have a look at the quilt again. You can see that they kind of repeat looks like there's about 3 or 4 of each design, but there's several designs in the quilt. I'm not even sure that the cornucopia is my favorite, but I'm not sure that it's not my favorite. It's really nice. So this is one of those that I bought afterward, like from a used bookstore, I'm not sure, on eBay or something. This is February 1991, just cross stitch. You'll know you have the right issue from the cover. Here is another cute, very cute little pillow. And again, some of these pillow designs would be perfectly fine framed. They don't have to be pillows, but I like the pillows. Did you see the cute little beads for eyes? And then I love the bright green rickrack they threw on there. It's just cute. You have to be ready and willing to stitch on black, I feel. It could be done on a different color fabric, but this just looks so good because it's on black. But unless you're an amazing person, not saying you're not an amazing person, but I don't generally choose to stitch on black because it's a bit difficult. But maybe you're just somebody who's always up for a challenge. I do know people like that. Then you should stitch that. Be lovely. This is Blooming Spring Pillow. So you might, I don't know if you can hear the people in the background. My father's talking to someone at the front door. He did tell me he had someone coming, and I guess I kind of forgot about it or didn't care enough to not do the video. I thought there was another pattern in this issue of the magazine, but you know, maybe not. This is Just Cross Stitch Magazine, March, April 2011. Oh, yes. No, that's not a pillow. There is a lily pillow that's like that in one of these. Here, we will look at this design. Oh, when I saw this, I was just in love. In love. That's so pretty. Just for the leaf. Just for the leaves, the way they're done. So this is a European designer, I believe. Thea Gouverneur. Yeah, Thea Gouverneur. Really, really pretty. This is Just Cross Stitch Magazine. And April 2006. Okay, this is a magazine that's devoted to Christmas. So I have a few pillows to show you in here because it has so many designs. This is just a great Christmas pillow. And you know, wouldn't he look great on that linen I just showed you? A much smaller cut of linen. I mean, it's nice on the tan, but I think this could also look really pretty on another color. They've done a very nice job finishing that off with that pretty cording. And you can see the accent fabric they picked here. What a difference it makes to pick the right fabric to go with your pillow. The back fabric that you use, or if you're going to have a fabric on the front, the trims. That one is pretty. That is Donna Vermilion Giampa. And this is Cross Stitch Christmas from Better Homes and Garden. This is 2004. They do one every year, or they have been. I'm not sure if they stopped. And then I know that this had some more pillows in it that I wanted to show you. I think they're towards the front. It was, these are really nice, so I wanted to make sure you got to see them. Okay, so you have mistletoe and holly. And that's Ursula Michael. I thought it looked like a recognizable style to it. So she's done a lot of pillows. But look, I mean, the finishing is at least half of how pretty that is. That is really pretty finishing on that pillow. So, and then I found I had, just like there's several Christmas designs or spring designs, seashell designs. I have more to come with seashells. There were a few pillows featuring the sea or something to do with that. Can you pick out your favorite seashell? This is a Donna Vermilion Giampa design. I mean, it's hard. This is really a pretty color. I love these kinds of shells and that the way they are right there in that inside portion of the shell is just really cool. But I mean, even the sand dollars and this shell, they're just, it's hard for me to choose a favorite. This is really pretty. I love looking at it. This is Just Cross Stitch design. Not design, but Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is May, June 2010. There's another Donna Vermilion Giampa pillow, peonies pillow. Beautiful bright colors in a lot of her pillows. This one especially. All of these pretty peonies. Can you pick your favorite? As soon as I think I have a favorite, I look at another one and love something about it. So I cannot. I do love the bright green that they chose, but you can picture using something else to border it and it having, highlighting some other aspect of the design. That's what the cover looks like for that issue. Did I tell you the issue? July, August 2009. This is another Just Cross Stitch magazine design. I just think it's delightful. It's kind of unique. It has like a corduroy fabric, the pom-pom fringe, and then the way it's set in a circle here. We'll zoom in a little bit. It looks like they've used some beads on that. This is April 2007, and Pamela Kellogg for Witchelt Imports, but that was a Pamela Kellogg design. That's the cover of the magazine. They have that pillow design in there as well. I'm not highlighting it though because I have so many. So I'm skipping the ones that I don't like as much, even though that's beautiful. It's just the head of the flower. It kind of freaks me out. So there's at least one more like that. So they have a series that you could do just that style of pillow if you really like that. So this pillow design actually comes from this larger design that they have here for a curtain. And they've taken the poppy, and depending on the size fabric you do, you can make yourself a pillow. Like if you have a smaller count fabric, the design will be smaller. A larger count fabric, the design will be larger. So you could stitch that on like 14 count Aida and have a much bigger design than if you stitched it on 36 count linen or something. Anyhow, you could still make it a pillow even if the design turns out smaller. As you can see, it's surrounded by plenty of fabric. So in this case, they did the poppy, but really you could feature anything in here on a pillow. So that comes from Anna Magazine, which is a German magazine. And I don't believe it says who the designer is. Or at least I have a harder time finding out who the designer is in this magazine. This is an old magazine. This is June 2002. And the back reminds me that there's 2 more pillow designs in here that I should show you. But that is an example of taking part of a design and turning it into a pillow. They have about 3 pillow designs. So there's this one. And then there's these 2. These are your envelope pillows that have that look to them on the top. That used to be kind of popular. It was reminiscent of the Victorian type time period. People don't do that so much anymore. It's all about geometrics, mid-century, and there's kind of a loss of appreciation of that. In fact, my mother was watching a video the other day about cross-stitching, and the young lady, and I'm going to say it that way because she was a lot younger than me, and it matters because she said she had always thought cross-stitch was for grandmas and old ladies. And I thought, well, there are a lot of grandmas and old ladies who like to cross stitch. And she said that she realized she could do a different kind of design. She didn't particularly care for the old lady cutesy type designs. So be prepared. Most of these, except for the chameleon and a couple of others, are old lady cutesy cross stitch designs. So if they're for you, you'll want to keep watching. And if they're not, you probably have already stopped. Anyhow, I think that's really cutesy. I really like that pillow. This is from a French magazine, and I think that the design is LBP Images. Yeah, it's a little harder sometimes to find who the designer is when the magazine is from another country and they just list information differently. So this is from July, August 2011. They got the cover put on upside down and backwards. It's in English thanks to somebody in England, but it's from France. Cross Stitch Creations. I say it's from France, but they also do it in Spain. So maybe that's just a European thing that they print it in the different languages. I don't really know. Okay, here's some of the other seashell pillow designs I mentioned. I know people don't do the ruffles anymore like they did back when they put this magazine out. I actually think it's really pretty how they did the double ruffles that complement the designs, but you could just do the pillow without the ruffles. If you don't like them, find some beautiful trim like we've seen on some of the other pillow designs. You could do a quilt like the album quilt, kind of a sea quilt if you are that ambitious and productive, repeating the designs like they did. Very pretty. This is such a pretty seashell, and I really love this one. but I love having them all together like that. Lovely. This is a magazine called McCall's Cross Stitch Bazaar. It's the only one I have of theirs, but they have several designs in here, and I would love to get more of them if there are more. I don't have I don't know that it was a monthly or even a yearly thing, but it does say here, Design Ideas, Volume 36. So that suggests there are 36 volumes of design ideas from McCall's. So I don't know if the other volumes are not cross-stitch or if they have that many cross-stitch issues. If they have more, if you know, tell me in the comments. I would love to find more. I thought that I liked a lot of the patterns in that magazine. It's I have a video where I show it, go through and show a lot of the designs. Not one of the ones that very many people have watched. I guess, you know, maybe it's just not as interesting to other people, but obviously I find it interesting. So if you are someone who knows more about that, let me know. To make something beautiful, it doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be like a lot of work. This looks simple, and yet the effect is just really pretty. This is another Anna pillow design, the German magazine. So this is from, I'm pretty sure it's from like spring 2009. I'm glad I didn't make a guess. My guess would have been wrong. And again, they don't list the designer here. Perhaps you have to like inquire if you want to know who designed it. I'm not sure why they do it different there, but they do. Okay, here we go. I love this rooster. You know, it's fine to put your rooster on the wall, but why not stick him on the couch? I mean, what's your favorite part of the rooster? Is it the head? Is it the beautiful tail feathers or the way they stand? I, again, can't choose. I just love everything about him. He's delightful. Um, and so this is totally just a distraction, and I know I don't have time. This was an advertisement on the other side for the French needle for these little bobbins. I just thought those were really adorable. They have the little French flag, and they have they're chipboard thread winders, printed front and back, each with a different character. So a box set, it looks like you only get 6 for $10. But if you're from Sajou, France, and so that's what was written on the bobbin, if you're someone who likes to collect cute little cross-stitch things, or you're looking for a cute gift for someone that loves to cross-stitch, those are adorable. I don't know if you can still find them because this Just Cross Stitch magazine is from February 2007, so it's been a while. It's been 16 years since that ad showed up. This rooster was designed by Donna Vermillion-Jampa. And what an interesting plaid fabric to accompany it. I don't know that I would have thought of the plaid, but it really was cute. Here is a seahorse pillow. Remember how I said you could have a whole quilt? I don't know if you would fit it well in a square with your seashells, but here's our little seahorse. Or you could just do several pillows to put together. He would fit well with the different seashell pillows. You can do them in a rectangle like this, but he also looks like he would work fine in a square pillow. They've done such a nice job here. I don't know if I would add all the beads. That's nice for it being pretty, but I just imagine somebody sitting next to my little pillow and those coming undone. But maybe they wouldn't. Maybe other people are just more careful how they sit. Here's the cover of the magazine. That's the pillow design I'm not showing you that has the lilies. But see, I feel like I'm missing too much of the flower. Even though it's beautiful, it really is. This is August 2007, and this is going to be, I bet this is Marie Barber. I think it is. It is Marie Barber. Love her little seahorse. I have a book of her cross-stitch designs, and I've stitched several of them. I really love her style, her design style. Here, would you believe we are more than halfway through the magazines? Not 3/4 of the way, but more than half. This is Victorian Santa. I love this pillow as much as the design. The whole pillow is really pretty. So there's some metallic floss in here. See if you can spot it. I think there's like some white filament as well as the gold braid and things that are in here. It's a little tricky to work with and honestly can be more frustrating than stitching on black, but generally it is actually worth the work. So if you're wanting to like feel relaxed, don't take on that project. That's something you'll want to do when you're up for a challenge. Norma Flake is the designer of Keepsake Stitches. So I guess they don't always say what company the designer's with. That's the cover of the magazine, Just Cross Stitch. And it is November, December 2009. Here is a project on black, and they have some accompanying projects, but we're just looking at the pillow today. I hope you can see how lovely those flowers are. The design has been very well done. This is a very old magazine, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, which is out of print. It turned into Cross Stitch and Needlework for a while, but even that is out of print now. And the issue is, sorry, this is from January, February 1989. It's older than some of you. Not older than me, though. You could stitch it on something besides black. It would still be pretty. But it wouldn't have that same Victorian, I mean, it would have a Victorian look, but it has that full-fledged, opulent Victorian look by being on black. So if I were going to do that, I would probably do it on black. You have to pick and choose which design you're willing to do on black. And if you've got one on black that you could do on another color, go ahead and do it on another color. Because there are those that you really do need to do on black. Save yourself up for what really needs you. This is not black though, and it's so pretty, light and fresh. I love it. It's simple. It's just a simple design repeated over and over. Couple of colors and beautiful though. Nope, I don't think it has any beads, or I could be wrong. You could easily get away with just doing French knots if it did. But so this is Kathy Busey is the designer. This is Cross Stitch and Needlework. And this is March 2011. If we can go fast, we should, because there's still so many. Here's one where, yeah, you probably want to stitch it on black. You could stitch it on tan or something else. It's not going to have the same effect. They've used an embellishment. Wish they had given me the design to stitch, but they didn't. So you could come up with your own if you didn't want to use an embellishment. Or just you could find fabric that you sewed on that had a pumpkin or something and sewed it on there. I really like the back stitching on it. It gives it a certain feel that it wouldn't have without that light feeling. This is, sorry, Gail Busey. I don't know if there's any relation between the other Busey that I said, Kathy. They do spell their last name the same, Bussi. Cross stitch and needlework. I think they both were in cross stitch and needlework. Maybe. September 2006 issue. Again, I'm sure I have skipped over some beautiful designs because I didn't mark them that I would have otherwise liked to have shown you. This is the first one from one of the British magazines, if you don't count the French one. But it's just like an English translation of the French magazine. There we are. I love these little bolster pillows. They're cute, and look at the bright color on this one. That's something that would actually look really good on black. Not that you need to necessarily go taking pillows that aren't originally designed to be stitched on black, but black does really highlight and make things stand out. And that one would look really good. Yeah, so this is the Cross Stitcher magazine that's still in print. It's issue 194. It can be really hard. Oh, it's not really hard. December 2007. Certain British magazines, it's hard to find the month that it came out. This is Sheila Hudson is the designer of that pillow. Here's a hydrangea pillow. Donna Vermilion Giampa. You can see that if you did all the Donna Vermilion Giampa pillows, you'd have plenty of pillows. And they would all go well together. They have that pretty style that's so similar. She just does such a lovely job. But whether it's the flower or the leaf, like all of it is just fantastic. I don't get tired of looking at it. It's beautiful. This is Just Cross Stitch Magazine, and it is April 2009. Here's another British magazine. This is pretty. This is the name of the flower uh, variety. Isn't it pretty? This is from Cross Stitch Collection. This is a British magazine that is now out of print. March 2008. Here's another one of our British magazines, one of their pillows. It has kind of a stained glass effect, and I love it. Yeah, very nice. This is from The World of Cross Stitching, which is still in print. You can still buy them. And that is from, maybe this is the one where it's hard to tell. It is issue 133. Hard to tell when that was. Here's a parrot tulip pillow. I picked between the two, and I liked this one better. Yes, it's on black, and yes, I do think it would be prettiest on black. It would still be pretty on white or another color, but that's really beautiful. Hey, this is a design by Marie Barber. Excellent job. It's a really pretty fabric they put around there. This is Just Cross Stitch magazine from July, August 2010. Here is another Just Cross Stitch magazine, Pansies. Did you pick a favorite pansy? I don't know. Did you? Was it this one? No, it was this one. Maybe it was this one, but then it could have been this one. So pretty. I love the fabric. Really cute fabric. And then the pretty fringe. That's Just Cross Stitch magazine. June 2009. Donna Vermillion Giampa, of course. Here's another flower pillow. A lot of flowers for our pillows. I guess it is maybe the least cutesy of the flower pillows, but I still really like it. I don't know if the girl who made the comment about cutesy old lady cross stitch is a millennial or a Gen Z. She looked young enough to be Gen Z to me, but maybe I don't know the right age boundary there. Maybe that's too young. Maybe she's still a millennial. Anyway, she might like that because there's no ruffles, no frills. It's just the tulip. But I like it. I like the fresh, simple, clean look of that. Oh, goodness. Didn't tell you anything about it. The World of Cross Stitching, and they do usually have their designer listed in here. Let me say it before I know. Well, it's hard because they put comments in. Oh, yeah. They did not make it easy to see who designed this. Usually they say. So they tell me who they're going to feature next month and give me her name. They tell me everything I need to make this. So they have a reader panel and the lady makes her comment on it. But I couldn't see who the designer was for that issue of The World of Cross Stitching. Did I say when it was? Issue 148. So it's an older issue. Assume that it's 15 or more years old. Oh, here it is. I really like this. This is kind of a simpler flower pillow design. But it's pretty, and if you like poppies, this might be perfect for you. I love the border. Matches the pillow really well. This is from the Cross Stitcher magazine. Don't confuse it with Cross Stitcher, the British magazine. The Cross Stitcher is out of print now. And this was from June 2007, designed by Benny Harmon. And then they had another one. This was a Christmas pillow, but I thought it was so cute. That was so cute. Please bring toys to me and my brother. I love the things kids ask for Christmas. It's not that the rest of us don't want them to. We just stopped asking. Okay. This is cute. Look at this guy. Or guys. Geese used to be all the rage back in the 80s and the 90s. And this is from the magazine For the Love of Cross Stitch. It's an older magazine. This was the premiere issue of that magazine. I think it took me a little work to find out when that was. So, you know, this is late 80s, early 90s. I don't remember. And I don't think it says who the designer is. Oh, yes, artwork by Frankie Buckley. So then maybe they converted Frankie Buckley's art into a cross-stitch design. But they don't say who did that. Okay, I have a couple of pillows to show you here. These are supposed to be little dolls at play that are in that pillow. That's really cute. And the same dolls are in a different pillow on this page. I'm not sure that I've ever made a bolster pillow. Might be interesting to try to make. That one's really cute. I don't know that all the ribbons are quite for me, but back then they would have been. This is cross stitch and needlework, which used to be cross stitch and country crafts. Then it turned into cross stitch and needlework. And this is August 1996. Another one that I would have bought like through eBay or when I was at a thrift store. Now, these people might have intended to use this pillow like for a wedding, like for a ring bearer's pillow. But I actually think you don't have to do a couple's initials, and it's really cute, and you could just put something else in the middle. That is from this British magazine, Cross Stitch Crazy, which I think they don't print anymore. I could be wrong. And the designer is Leslie Teare, Teare, Teare. Pretty design. Here is a lovely design. It's really just fantastic. I also actually really like the design on this Afghan down here. This is from Cross Stitch and Needlework. This is November 2007. This is out of print. And the designer is Jennifer Mitchell. Oh, she has some really cute designs that go along with the pillow. We're getting down to the last few magazines. Okay, this is another British magazine, The Cross Stitcher. And look at those pretty roses. This is Lucy Heaton. And the issue is 208. January 2009. I thought this was an adorable pillow. And this is from Cross Stitch Gold, out of print now. I think this is one where it's hard to find the date. So this is just, oh no, it does say November 2010. Okay, still have a few more magazines. Now they have 3 different pillow designs here. I'm only going to show you one, but you can see that there are 3. We're just going to focus on this one. that is the one that's in this magazine. That's why we're focusing on that one. But you can do all three pillow designs. You just have to have the magazine for it. Cross stitch and needlework. I think the other two are in other issues of the magazine. So I only picked out this one because I liked the Dahlia the best. So the artwork was Annie LaPointe, adapted for cross stitch by Jennifer Mitchell. So somebody else had painted pictures or done art of some kind. And Jennifer Mitchell turned it into these pretty flowers. This is July 2010. I think we have 3 more magazines after this one. Another British magazine. This is an unusual way to do a birth sampler. Make it a pillow. I think it's really cute. I love the idea. It's kind of like Noah's Ark, but it's not Noah's Ark. It's a yellow submarine. This is designed by Jenny Barton. It's in the world of cross stitching. I mentioned they still publish their magazine, and it is from, if I can find which issue it is, it's issue 172. I'm not seeing the month or year very easily. Okay, here we go. Here is a bunny rabbit. And I liked it. And this is not old lady, right? It is cutesy though. Or at least I think it's cute. But maybe this is more the style some people are thinking is a newer kind of a style. It has a newer feel to me. This is Christine Cooley. And actually, I guess you can do, she does needlepoint as well, but you could do that as a cross-stitch pillow. It's in the Stitchery magazine, and this issue is May 1998. That's out of print, I believe. Okay, here's our second to last one. So the last couple are Christmas, Noel. I actually went through and organized them from what I liked the best to the. I still like them when I say what I liked the least. I still really like them. I left out quite a few really good patterns. The cross stitcher, but these were ones I wanted to be sure and include. So our Noel pillow, which has been attached, you have to look up close at that, to another pillow. They've sewn it on. See that? It's been sewn on to a pillow that looks like it's quilted fabric. That is designed by Dee Selby, and this is December 2007. The cross stitch. Oh, the hiccups just barely came on me. And here we go, our last pillow, another Christmas pillow. They've used a special fabric for this, I guess, like a Afghan type fabric. Again, where these are such older magazines, I don't know if you can find some of the products like that special fabric. I just love all the little motifs. You could make Christmas ornaments out of them as well. They've done that here. And they've put it on a much bigger Afghan fabric. And they've shown that you can use the ornaments on a tree, but you could use them on a package. That designer is not easy to find. This is Stitcher's World magazine, which is out of print, January 2006. And we will see if we can find. No, I do not see where it says who. The fabric, just in case you were curious, since it is such an unusual fabric, is 20 count Gardini red / Christmas green Zweigart stitched over 2 threads. And for the pillow, you cut it out 19 by 19 inches. But that's our last pillow. I'd love to hear your comments on the pillow designs. If you've made pillows using your cross-stitching talent or inherited any or designed any, that would be great to hear about. Would you want to do any of these designs? Any comments you have, I would love to hear.